What's good up, buds? Which was on the build on this one, Bible showing how to make my locked and build nba2k26. I can play pretty much everywhere, like the fives, twos, Parium, rec, proving grounds, ones, all that stuff. So let's get started. I made it a small forward. I made it 6'9" height. You see a lot of them 6'9", and I went 6'9" wings, or actually 209 on the weight. And I went minimum wingspan of 6'9". And probably like, why'd you go 6'9" wingspan? And I'll explain here in a second when I get to that point. So for the attributes, I went with the 76 close shot. And I'll also explain to it in the video where you can cap break and what I cap breaked. So when I went to 76 close shot, so we get that float game and paint prodigy bronze. And then I went with the 70 layup. And then for the jabber dunk, I went down 73. So we get that silver aerial wizard. For the stand, I went down on 68. But that's probably too high for lockdown. And that's alright. That's where I put it at. And then I have a 55 post control. And then for the shooting, the reason why I had 6'9" wingspan, if I was wondering, is because of the shooting. I get an 85 mid range, what I put it at. It's more than enough to shoot consistently if you know your timing. And that gives you a dead eye and set shot specialist both on silver. And you get shifty shooter on bronze. And then for your 3-point shot, you get an 87, which lights out, and that gives you shifty shooter on silver, and you get bronze limitless. And then for your free throw, you put that to a 77. Think the greatest, but it should be more than enough for no time your free throw. And then for the playmaking, I'm going to have it at 75 pass hack. So that gives us break starter and diamond both on silver, and you get bronze versatile visionary. And for the ball handle, we're going to keep it on 54. So we're not going to be too much of an ISO build. And then I have a 59 speed with ball. And then for the defense, I have really good defense. We're going to have an 82 interior, so we can guard that paint when we need to. And then we're going to have a good perimeter of an 85. So we get that challenger on silver. It's not terrible, and you can use the plus ones and twos for that to get that to gold or Hall of Fame. And then for the steals, we're going to have it on 73. So we get that intercept on silver, and then glove on bronze. And then we're going to have an 84 block. So we get that silver paint patroller. So next we're going to have a 52 offensive board. And then our 72 defense boards. So we can get those boards we needed to. So then I give this box of beast silver and then bronze rebound chaser. And then for the physicals, a very nice physical. So we're going to have an 84 speed super fast. 82 agility. So max that out, and that gives us on-ball menace and pick dodger and slip off ball on silver. And you can use a plus ones and twos for your on-ball menace. Get that up to go to Hall of Fame, whatever you want to do. Next one, I have an 85 strength that you probably not see a lot of. These 6 unlocks have a high strength, but I have that in mind because that gives us a movement enforcer on gold, and then we can plus 2 that if we wanted to get that to legend. We have physical finishers bronze, and then brick wall and post lockdown on silver, and then we're gonna have an 83 vertical finish it out. So that gives us pogo stick on Hall of Fame, post arts of bronze, and high fun on silver, which is not bad. So yeah, know what you think of this, and what I was talking about for cap break and what I cap breaked is of course my Java layup, and that puts it at what, 72. Like if you put 5 cap break sets, or like 3 to 5, something like that, it'd give us to an 87 layup. I put my Java nook up a little bit, how many cap breaks it took to get from a 73 to an 81. And the reason why I went stand dunk is because you can put 4 cap breaks or whatever it is to get that bronze rise up, which you probably don't really need on a lock build, but I did that because it does help when you're in that area but a 6-8 is still good enough, and you can do whatever change you want to the finishing, and then for the, I did all that, and then what else you can do is if you want to be in like an ISO type lock, so if that's you're wondering, yes, it can be an ISO lock. If you put like 5 cap breakers, you can put 5 on the ball handle, get that from a 54 to an 80. It's pretty good, and then see the ball go from a 59 to a 73. It's not terrible for this type of build, and the other thing I cap breaker as well is my pass sack, and I went from a 75, and I used 5 cap breakers from a 75 to like what, an 86 to an 89. But if you catch those rebounds, you can pass down the court. But 75 is still good enough in order to time your passes and stuff. So yeah, and if you want to, I bet you can probably put 5 cap breakers on your perimeter defense, get that to a 90, and all that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much how I made my lock build. I'm gonna show the rest. As you see right there, we get Glenn Robinson, Shane Battier, and Kevin Durant, which is crazy. And the build name is called a physical two-way sharpshooter. It's not bad. It's different from most builds. And you go to batters are Pogo Stick, Hall of Fame, Off-Ball Pass, and a Move Enforcer on Gold. Top attributes are an A-3, B+, mid-range shot, and perimeter defense. And your strengths are knocks down threes consistently, premier perimeter lock, mid-range sniper, and thrives in up-tempo play, whatever that means. And then your weaknesses, not a threat off the bounce, as it's saying we're not a dunker, but we got high vertical, whatever that's supposed to really mean. And then can't exploit slow defenders. Why would we even exploit and cheat if that's what it's really talking about? So yeah, that's pretty much how I make my lockdown build and nba2k26. If y'all enjoyed, make sure to like button, so you post out to recommended, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the noty bell so I don't miss any of my videos and future posts. And super I'll see y'all in the next one.